There has been a massive leak of games that are coming out because of an Nvidia database hack that somebody on Reddit figured out. Let's go over this story really quick. Before I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when the videos go live. So basically, some of the bigger games that I'm excited about include Injustice 3, God Will Fall, and a God of War PC release, but there is so much more than just those two games. So basically, Igor July figured out how you can reverse engineer NVIDIA's database, basically, and pull out releases for tons of unreleased things. Now, one caveat to all of this is that some of this could be placeholder data. Some of this could just be somebody throwing a game that could possibly come into the database. But some of it seems pretty legitimate, including something like Injustice 3 seems like a no-brainer. There have been rumors that NetherRealm is working on a new Mortal Kombat and a new Injustice, and why not? Those games are huge successes for them, and they've been kind of alternating with each entry in each of those series. So the new game being called Gods Will Fall, so like Injustice, Gods Among Us, Gods Will Fall being the third one, sort of makes sense. It's a good way to wrap up a trilogy and just do something new. I would love to see this happen. I think the Injustice series is great. Right now, though, it should be noted that WB and NetherRealm's status recently have been sort of in some murky territory because there's rumors that they're trying to sell some of the companies associated with WB. I think they decided to retain them right now. And the last that I heard, according to Event Hubs, was that the rumor was NetherRealm Studios was working on Mortal Kombat right now because they weren't sure what was going to happen with the licenses for Injustice. But maybe they knew the name already and it got into the database. Another leak in the fighting game sphere was Street Fighter 6. Now, Street Fighter 6 was also leaked from another hack where Capcom was hacked back in 2020, and that was, a story everywhere when it happened. So we knew Street Fighter 6 was coming. That also includes Dragon's Dogma 2, a long fan requested entry, and a Tekken 8 game. Now, on the PlayStation side of things, there's a lot of rumored PC ports of PlayStation games. Now, one of the coolest ones on the list for me was God of War. God of War is probably my favorite PS4 game. If not, God of War on PS4 is probably in my top 10. I already love the God of War series, but that game just did something so cool with combat and the counter system and the precise timing and the enemy design and everything that just totally won me over. So the fact that there is potentially a God of War game coming to PC would be great. Now, going a step further, Last Grail compiled all of these, and he points out, just like I did, to take all of these with a grain of salt. So let's look company by company what was rumored for all of these releases. So Sony rumored Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Edition was listed. This is all right from the Nvidia database, by the way. Now, it could be that some of these games are going to be streamable via Nvidia Shield or whatever it's called. But the point is that these games are all in a PC database, so it has led people to a ton of speculation. Helldivers 2, Horizon Forbidden West, GT7, a Scene, God of War, Returnal, Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, Sackboy, and Ghost of Tsushima. There was no mention of Bloodborne, Spider-Man, or Last of Us, Last Guardian, Gravity Rush, unless listed above, according to this Reddit post. Now on the Microsoft, well, first of all, diving into that, it would be great to see Blue Point's Demon Souls released on PC. Returnal on PC makes a lot of sense. You can get a higher base resolution in that game. That game runs at 1080p base and is up-res to 4K. So I would love to play Returnal at even higher frame rates at an even higher base resolution. That would be wonderful. And any of these games coming to PC would be great. Insert PlayStation fanboy losing their mind because of stuff coming to PC. For some reason, that makes some people mad. I truly don't understand it. Having more options for your players is a good thing. Be that Sony doing it or Microsoft doing it. So if you're one of those people that hate the idea of PlayStation games coming to PC, you need to calm down. You need to sit down. Maybe take a time out, think about it for a little bit, and be like, oh, more people get to play the game I love. Yeah, that's pretty cool. On the Microsoft side, we got Gear 6. Duh, right? There's an Oxide unannounced game. There's Project Holland, which is actually Fable. There's Project Typhoon, which is actually Contraband. Project Woodstock, which is supposedly Forza. Those were all per Jez Corden, by the way. There's Untitled, the Initiative game. That's Perfect Dark, unless there's another Initiative game that we don't know about. Halo 5 Guardians. Now, hopefully that comes to fruition so everybody can understand why I hate Locke. There's also Avowed, Kalimba. That one I don't recognize. Indus, also don't recognize that. And Gravity, I don't recognize that. Could be code names. Who knows? On the Square Enix side, we got Chrono Cross Remaster, Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster. All right, let's see that one. Final Fantasy VII Remake. But check this out. Final Fantasy IX Remake is also listed. So if they're going to do Final Fantasy IX next, I would be very surprised. I know it's a fan favorite, but I would expect them to do one of the other entries, Final Fantasy 8, maybe. I don't know. 9 is a bit of a surprise to me. Final Fantasy 16, of course. Tomb Raider Anniversary 2021, an unannounced title by Square Enix, Please Be Legacy of Kain, and Kingdom Hearts 4. Kingdom Hearts 4 being quite notable because a lot of people have been waiting for a new Kingdom Hearts, and the fact that it's even listed sort of sullies the surprise. Now, Capcom already went over a little bit. We got Resident Evil 4 Remake. That has been rumored for a long time, and it was probably in the 2020 hack. Street Fighter 6, Dragon's Dogma 2, and Monster Hunter 6, whatever that may be. That could be one of the stories entries. Maybe they're referring to it as something else. Oh yeah, Take-Two. Take-Two had all the GTA remasters leaked. So that's two sources now saying that the GTA remasters are coming out. There's the BioShock TRX remaster. So I have to imagine that there's some BioShock remake happening. And then a BioShock 2022 specific entry is also listed on the Reddit post. EA Mirror's Edge RTX remaster. Okay, whatever. Untitled Respawn game and Titanfall 3. Now, Titanfall 3, there have been some rumblings about it. I have to imagine that one is just one they put in the database but who knows? Bandai Namco had Tekken 8, talked about that. And then let me see if there's anything else notable in here. Crysis 4 was listed by Crytek. Earth Defense Force 6 from D3. Bayonetta 3 from Sega coming to PC, according to this leak. Batman Arkham Knight RTX remaster. That was another one from WB. Half-Life 2 remastered, etc. Now, there's a whole bunch of on-release games that he continues to list, including Injustice 3 Gods Will Fall, XCOM 3, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 HD. I truly hope so. But he notes a huge grain of salt. Thank you, Twitter user the pot. Some games to be added, but are likely canceled or will not come to fruition. It's just some experts I found it interesting. Let me be clear. They are all possible, but some stuff is old if you take a gander. So XCOM 3, I think that could still happen after the Marvel game they're working on. Injustice 3, Gods Will Fall, I don't think that's canceled. Of course they're making an Injustice 3. That game makes so much money for them. Destroy All Humans 3, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 HD. Yeah, I mean, that one's weird. I feel like that one has come to a lot of things. I don't know if the HD collections ever came to PC, though. Death Stranding Director's Cut PC. I mean, the Director's Cut is sort of it adds some of the things that PC had and then adds like some crazier stuff too. But anyway, and what else do we have here? Other games that he was notified of include Fight for Middle Earth, Mortal Kombat Next Gen, and Mortal Kombat 12. So, yep. Mortal Kombat remake and Titan Quest 2, Stalker Android, As Does Fall Season 2, Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final Challenger Switch exclusive, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Black Order. I would love it if Ultimate Alliance came out on some other things. So anyway, this is a substantial, massive leak, and I realized mostly it was just me reading a list, but if any of this is even true, Nvidia just spoiled years of game releases that would have potentially been released. And this is being picked up everywhere at this point. I have to remind everybody, definitely take this with a grain of salt. The thing is, yes, all of this could be true, but we don't know if these are placeholder. We don't know why Nvidia has this stuff in their back end. So yeah, it's interesting. I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I do think there is a lot of credibility to something like Injustice 3. That just sort of makes sense. It doesn't really seem like a big shocker to me, but it was trending today because everybody's excited about a new Injustice, right? Like that's how hyped people get for this stuff. And then there was one actually not on this list that I actually looked at the data dump, and there was Half-Life 2 HD. So that's one that's sort of the opposite side. It's like, why would they just do Half-Life 2 HD? Like, it seems like sort of an odd PC entry, because on PC games, you can just sort of download fan-made textures. I guess this would be an official asset that would likely also come to consoles, but who knows? Anyway, what do you think about this leak and rumor? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you like these videos, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when I go live. And if you want to become a member, memberships are turned on. Thank you to everybody who has become a member. I am going to get out of here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now, everybody.